Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vijay and we are learning Python with our Python Mastery series. So till now we have understood the foundation of the Python data types, then we moved slowly gradually with the functions, file handling, exception handling, all of that we studied in our series till now. And I guess we are very much comfortable with the core Python now, and from today we are starting the new chapter or new concept, oops programming in the Python. This will differentiate you from a normal programmer, normal person who is coding, to a developer like thinking. Why I'm saying this, um, and why the oops is important also. So let's say we are writing our code in a format where we store the data in variables, functions, all of that. So let's say our code cafe has a customer who have mobile number, bill, then who has his name, all of this stored. Every time we are storing in different variables. Suppose we build a software. Is it a practical approach to store all of these things in different variables? Does this make a sense? Probably not, because we store all of these things that are available for each of the customer, and making so much of variables and functions for each of these things, rather than a more practical approach how developers do is creating an object for that. Okay, so don't worry about if you don't understand this term class, object oriented programming. Don't worry about that. We will be going into each of the topics without any hurry. We will slowly gradually pick up all the topics and we'll cover them, because these are very important concept if you are trying to build your career as a software development, as a developer programmer, that these concepts are very important. Okay, so let's start with our blackboard, and what we will do, we will cover starting with the object oriented programming fundamentals. Definitely this will be a little bit uh, concept heavy video, because we will be going through the concept rather than much coding. Definitely we will implement small coding things also, but more theory part will be there, because this is very important for the oops concept. And slowly and gradually, when we are at a level where we understand for the implementation with the background theory, then we will implement also in the upcoming videos. Okay, so starting with the first thing, what we have, let's say we have a customer. There are two things, one is the properties and one is the behavior. Okay, so for properties, let's say a customer will have a name, phone number, and their bill will be there. And behavior will be, they will be placing an order, they will be paying the bills, they will view the details, view the menu, all of that. Whatever they will be doing, that is divided into either of the category. Either the person has some qualities, properties, either they will be doing something, action part. That will be the behavior of that. Okay, so to simplify, whenever any blueprint is created, that is called as class. Let's say I am planning to like build a car. Okay, this is very popular example. Any oops video you see, the example of car is given, because that's very popular and easy to understand. I'm building a car, so I will design something like a car with four wheels, then there will be an engine, brake, and there will be a accelerator, there will be clutch. Automatic cars might not have that, but definitely these are the core properties that should be in the car. That is called the blueprint. We are building a blueprint of the car. Then there comes the object. What object is? A real car. Let's say a car of Hyundai company, a car of Tata, Mercedes. Everybody will be building the car according to the features. They will be making it up and down, but that thing will be the core object. They will be following a blueprint, that should have a wheel, that should have a brake, all of that thing, a steering wheel, all of that things they will be following the blueprint. So blueprint is called a class, object is the real instance, whatever we are creating, that real instance, and attributes will be the data. and methods will be the functions. Like here, if you see, these are the behavior. Why I explained this first part, this will be the methods that place a order, view bills, or pay the bills. All of that thing will be coming under the methods, and attributes will be the data whatever we are storing. Don't worry, this just an introduction. As we keep on going into the depth, we will keep on understanding the things on the practical side. You will get more understanding, but as of now, the important bottom line is, whenever we are designing a blueprint, a skeleton, that is called a class. Whenever we are creating a real object out of it, that will be object. Okay. For example, let's say I am designing a skeleton of customer. That customer will be having the name. This will be the skeleton, that they will provide the name, phone number, bill, all of that. Then actually I'm storing the data, that will be like name is equal to Vijay, phone number, whatever XYZ, bill amount 580, 990, something like that. So whatever the actual object that I will be creating for a customer, that will be object, and the skeleton starting I will be creating, that will be the class. So that is the important part. And the difference between whatever till now we were doing, that was procedural programming. So that consists of variables, functions, and through that we were designing the large programs. But in oops, we will first create the class, we will be having objects for that classes, and then we will organize that thing. So the concept is, we are now slowly gradually moving from variables and function oriented, like whatever the programs were created, to class and object oriented. Okay, whatever we will be creating, that will be defined in the class, not the variables in a separate variables or anything like that. That will have their own class. Supposingly I am designing a mobile phone, a software for a mobile phone related. So mobile itself, we are not saying that I have one speaker or one camera, one battery. No, we are seeing the whole unit as a mobile. So that mobile is kind of an, we can say, object oriented. We are going that approach. So let's say somebody has to create a mobile, or somebody has to design a mobile phone. So what they will do, they will refer to the blueprint, that okay, it should have one screen, it should have one camera, it should have one battery, all of that thing. In that way, they will follow the blueprint, they will create their own actual real instance, that is called the object. Then mobile phone can be of any company, it can be of iPhone, Samsung, anything. But the core idea, the core philosophy will be the same, that that should have a calling feature, that should be capable of having the taking pictures through camera. If it is a smartphone, it should have the battery, it should run on some software, iOS or Android, something. So the core philosophy is something, but the differentiation can be that either iPhone is there, so it will follow the iOS, Samsung is there, it will follow the Android. So in that way, the instance might have different things, but the blueprint is core idea will be adapted from that. Okay, so that is how the programming also works. Don't worry, it might look a little bit heavy or a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, but believe me, once you start creating uh, software through this method, start creating programs through this method, you will feel that this is the most easiest way to write the program, most manageable way to handle the code. Okay, so let's now jump to the live programming. I am going to the VS Code, and let me just create a intro.ipynv. Okay, so what I will do, just a second. Okay, what I will do, I will first write a program without oops, how it looks. Okay, so that I can show you the difference also. So let's say customer name is equal to Vijay. Okay, this is what we have been doing till now, 450. Okay, and then we will print the customer name and will print the bill. Okay, I will select the kernel, then I will try to run it. Why didn't I try? Every time the kernel gives some headache whenever we try to run it. Um, is it something wrong that I have did? Let me restart the kernel once again. Okay, okay, now it is printing perfectly fine. So you can see it was just a kernel as usual. So no issues with that. So here, whatever we were doing, simple. I have done this multiple times in the previous videos. So defining a variable with the value, then we are printing that values. Okay. Now let's say I use with oops the same thing. Okay. So we will define a class. Okay. As of now, I'm not writing anything, and you remember pass is for anything where we do not have any implementation as of now, but for future we are keeping that scope. So right now we are putting pass. Python does not give us an error. Okay. And we will be doing customer. Okay. And then print customer one. Okay. So here, let me explain you how it works. If you compare, we are creating a separate variable. Now, imagine you are building this thing for a big restaurant application, Zomato, Swiggy, or your own code cafe application, where there could be thousands of user, lakhs of user, like Zomato, Swiggy has millions of users are using that thing. Okay, so you cannot have separate variable for each of them, like uh, customer name one, customer name two. How will you manage that thing? So in large application, this approach is not at all feasible. This is not a practical approach. And how many things you will store, like bill amount, phone number, then address, all of that thing, how will you manage? But with oops, right now we are not defining any qualities or anything under the class that we are creating. We are just simply writing pass this name, bill, all this we will learn how to address that part in the class creation. But don't worry, as of now we are creating a class, and then whenever we require we will create an instance. So this is a class and this is the object that we are creating. Okay, so very simple. Whenever you create a class, simple thing, you have to write a keyword class, then write the class name whatever you want to give it. And it's a like good programming practice that you keep the first letter as capital whenever you are defining the class. It is throughout the like industry standard that everyone is keeping the first letter as capital whenever they are defining the classes. Okay, and then whatever the implementation that you want to write, that you should write. And then whenever you need in the program, you can create the customer one and then its object. The advantage that this will give us is that we already have a skeleton. Like in the car example that we told, we already have a skeleton that there will be four wheels, one engine, one escalator, one brake, one steering wheel, and boot space. What will be there? What will be the it? Is it a petrol variant? Is it a diesel variant? All of that qualities we can have introduced in this. A skeleton will be prepared, and accordingly, whomsoever creating the object can define that things and create a object of that. Okay, so this will follow up kind of a proper structured proper pattern will be followed. Okay, and let's say this is for one class. Now I have a, here I will write comment that single instance or single object we are creating. Okay, here I will create the multiple instance or object. Okay, so what we can do, let's say I created for the second customer also. Customer 2 equal to, but it's not giving a auto suggestion. Okay, customer. So same object or same class I can use for the object of customer 2. So customer 2. Okay. And here when I run this, you can see the objects are created, different objects are created. Here we created one object, here we are creating two objects. And don't worry if you feel that here we are able to see the data is getting saved, here we are not saving the data. Don't worry, as the time comes we will definitely going to touch base that part also. But as of now we are understanding how to create an object, how to create a class, all of that things. Okay. So that memory location here also you can see that, that is different. So two objects that we create that have a separate memory location. Now talking about the examples that we have. The first example we already saw, it was customer. Then second we saw car. We can also have a mobile phone, as I told you, like the camera, the battery, the what we say or else, camera, battery, screen size, all of that are the features of a mobile phone. So we need to design a class first, that this is the mobile phone. In this you will have one camera, two cameras, whatever the number of, there will be a like primary camera, there will be a selfie camera. In that way you can design a skeleton, and then according to that create the object. Similarly we can have a bank account as a class, where we will define the customer name, bank balance, their facilities, like are they opting for auto swipe, all of that facilities. So this skeleton can be there, that whenever we are creating the instance we need to follow that qualities. Okay, are these qualities available in the class? Okay, what should be the value for the object that I am creating out of this class? That becomes very simple. Accordingly student also will be there, a class that we can create. Let's say a student is there, and the class we are creating will have the qualities like what is the name of the student, what is the subject of the student, marks can be one of the like variable in the class. And then we can have, is the student attendance regular or not, all of that things we can introduce in this one. Okay. Then we can have the benefits. What will be the benefits whatever we are defining the class? So just to write benefits of oops. Okay. So first thing, uh, let me write. The first one will be, or rather than let me do it on the blackboard, it will be easier. Okay. So benefits of oops will be, oops, I can't write that. Okay. The first will be reusability. Okay. So that will be the first one. If I made a typo, okay. The second one will be better organization. Okay. The third one will be easy maintenance. Okay. If I'm making any typo, I will correct that. Okay. Then I guess the fourth one, what else can be? This is reusable, better organization, easy maintenance, and yes, the fourth one is scalability. Okay. So it helps us to scale. Like if we define a application right now, the software is for 10 users. Tomorrow we have to take it for the 100 users. After that, 1,000 users, a million users. So how the scale we can do? We have already a class defined for the customer. Then even if right now if there are 10 users, we will be defining 10 objects for that customers. Okay, tomorrow if the million goes, at that time we will be defining the million class. So that, sorry, not the class, million objects. So we don't have to worry because we have a class defined that will make sure that every customer's details are structured way saved or structured way followed in the application or the software that we are developing. Okay, so this is how we are doing that object oriented programming. This is just an introduction as of now. We are not doing much of the things because we do not want kind of to be heavy on the first video itself. Definitely we will do a mini project, but that mini project will make more sense whenever we understand how to add the data on that top of the class that we are creating. Whenever we are creating the object, all of that things will make more sense at that time. But let's do a mini project as we do to summarize our learnings. So for code cafe, uh, code cafe, what we are going to build now, we are going to build a customer management system. We are going to build. Okay, and the code that we are writing, definitely the first thing, class, then customer, and we will write pass. As of now, this pass, what it has to be filled it with, that we are going to cover in the next videos. Okay, how to initialize the like variables, the objects that we are creating at the time. Okay, so customer, okay, we are creating the objects out of that. So customer 2 equal to customer, okay, customer 3. As of now I am creating 3 objects. Okay, and then I will print customer 1, and I will print customer 1. As of now we will only see the memory location of the objects that is created, so not any fruitful output, but definitely we are summarizing our learnings, what we are trying to build. So that will help us to understand that okay, we are able to create the objects. Customer 2, then we will have the print print f customer 3 3. Okay, and then finally our thank you message. Thank you, we have successfully created our customer objects. Okay, I think we are okay. So here you can see not much things to explain in this. Simply we are first creating a class, then we are creating 3 customer objects and printing the location for that. The data part, again I'm repeating, we will be covering in the upcoming videos how we can add the customer name, phone number, all of that, you will see. Okay, the important part, syntax wise, define the class, and then class keyword, then define the name of the class that you want to create. Okay, and object wise, object name equal to whatever the class is there, that we will be doing that. Okay, so coming back. Okay, so in this, we got a taste of object-oriented programming, how the object-oriented programming is, how does it look like, what is the purpose, what are the benefits, how it is different from the regular programming, procedural programming that we were doing. All of that things we understood. And in the upcoming videos, we will be looking at how to add data with our underscore init constructor method. Don't worry about these heavy words. Definitely we are going to cover in the upcoming videos and give you a brief good understanding about that, along with our usual mini projects that we create to summarize or to make our learning more fun way. So if you're liking this series, please like, share and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy coding.